Welcome to Curious Life of a Child-Free Woman, a podcast celebrating unexpected choices, honest conversations, and the infinite possibilities of a happy, child-free life. I'm your host, Chellie Carlson. Each week, we'll meet inspiring guests, pushing boundaries, leading change, and redefining personal fulfillment. This is not about comparison, it's about possibility. Whether you're child-free by choice, circumstance, still deciding, or simply interested in fresh perspectives for limitless living, I am so happy you're here. Let's get curious together. I am so excited to welcome today's guest, Chellie Carlson. Chellie is a transformational wardrobe stylist with over 20 years in the fashion industry. She guides high-performing executives, entrepreneurs, and other people of influence from feeling just fine to feeling absolutely magnetic through her life-changing styling method. Her signature service, The Method, and membership program, the Style Society, focus on helping clients align their personal style with their values and aspirations. Chellie believes that the right clothes have the power to radically transform how we see ourselves and how we show up in the world. Welcome, Chellie.
Thank you for that intro. Excited to be here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you. Okay, we are talking about style. We all want it. We are obsessed with people who have it. We spend a lot of money trying to get it. I was doing some research for our conversation and found this study from Empower. I'll link it in the show notes, but it said that our spending on clothes and shoes is up 72% since the pandemic. So we are putting a lot of our time, money, and attention into this. And yet, I don't think most women would describe themselves as stylish. So from your perspective, can you share a little bit about the psychology of style and why we are so enamored with this?
Right. Ooh, those numbers, they hit hard. And I think the reason why those numbers are higher and higher, even post-COVID, has a lot to do with social media, and people are just buying and buying and buying without the intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just keep seeing social media influencers. The whole influencer world has taken off. And you see these women that are selling, they're subliminally selling to you ultimately what they think you should have so that they can make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a brand, retailer, or an influencer. And the whole message is you're not good enough unless you have this. So it hits us, in that deep, deep wound of, okay, I need to buy this. And then once I have this, it'll make me good enough, right? When that actually is not the case. We keep accumulating and having all of these things, and it just causes confusion. It doesn't create better style. It actually does the opposite. So we're in that consumption, I call it that hamster wheel. And every client I work with is on that hamster wheel. And my job is to take them out of that wheel. And ultimately, after working with me, they don't succumb to any of that influence. They feel they have fewer things, but ultimately they have better style because they stop consuming and they stop thinking, oh, if I purchase that piece, then I'll have style. Or if I invest in this, it'll put it all together, right? And it's slowing down and finding what's authentic to us. What's authentic to me is different from what's authentic to you. It's an internal game, right? Where we have to get clear on what feels right and authentic to us. Then we have to go seek those things out and stop purchasing and seeking out what other people are telling us is right for us. It's a personal development journey. It's deep work.
I can only imagine. And we're going to talk about these transformations because you hit on something really important there with our connection between self-worth and the way we look. And our style is such a big piece of that. And I feel like most of this happens subconsciously. Like we're not seeing an influencer and thinking, well, I don't believe I'm worthy of my life. Or, like it's not a conscious thing where you're like, I bet this sweater will fix it. But that's actually what's happening. These little triggers that, tempt us. And then we're like, do I need to spend another $80 on a sweater? Well, it's only $80. It's like this combination of self-worth and dopamine hit or something that just keeps us in that hamster wheel.
In that cycle.
So, yeah. Like The deeper work, what you're just saying with authenticity, I think is interesting. And that word we talk about being overused in society, but I
Yeah.
don't hear that used much when it comes to style or understanding our style as a piece of our authenticity. Can you tell me more about what that means?
Yeah, the work is intense, and a lot of women aren't open to doing that work, and that's why they just keep buying and buying and buying. And so
Mm,
finding things that are authentic to you, I've always loved clothes and fashion, and when I touch something and I feel the energetics of it, like for instance this blazer, when I put it on, it feels like me and I feel so beautiful in it, and I'd rather have one blazer like this than 10 that are low vibration or low quality that don't feel like me. And so it's finding within every category the pieces that feel that way to you. And that's authentic. So for someone else, it could be a bright, colorful blazer, or it could be a different form of outerwear. So it's energetically matching the garment to you. So it's an extension of me, and I want everyone, when they do purchase something, like sit with it. It's literally going to be a part of your body and represent you. So,
mhm,
does that authentically align with you? Or just because it is a certain brand or designer, or just because you invested this much money in it, it might not be the match for you. Right. And
mm,
so it's with everything you buy with intention, it's knowing, does this represent me or does it not? And then it's doing that work of what really feels right for me. And does this fit my body? Does it flatter me? Can I wear this 5 to 7 ways? Can
mhm,
I see myself wearing this 5 to 8 years from now? We've got to be thinking that way rather than, oh, this is only $50 or $100 or $500. And who cares what the future holds for it? And so it's really just slowing down and being intentional, and then adding only the things that feel right for you is the deep work. And it's not easy to do.
I'm
But we
sure.
first have to let go of anything in our closet that doesn't feel like us before we're
Okay.
able to bring in the new. So the editing process, so many women are just hoarding things from even high school, college, the energetics of the closet. It's a snapshot of what's going on in your life. If
Yeah.
you're holding on and if you have scarcity around, I need to hold on to all these things because what if they come back in style? Or what if, I can't afford to buy something new? So
Mm,
the
mhm.
closet is where majority of women are held back by
That makes a
holding
lot of
on
sense.
to so much from the past.
So much from the past and this imaginary future, right? Like you just said, what if this comes back in? What if I lose 10 pounds? What if
Right.
somebody invites me to go on a yacht in Miami and these would be the perfect pants, and I've
Right.
never been invited to do that. The reason I respect your approach so much is because of exactly what you said. It is about this deep work. I just feel the meaning in the process itself and the outcomes that you deliver for your clients. And I think that's incredibly special in the fashion space. So you touched on editing. Can you kind of walk us
Yeah.
through your process when you are actually working with somebody? What does that actually look like? Like, what do you do together?
We start in that closet no matter where they are in the world. I was just in the Philippines with a client in Manila, and we really dive deep into who you are. All of the masks come off. I'm seeing them naked. This is their most
Hmm.
vulnerable place, their closet. I'm literally seeing them naked and afraid in their closet. And I'm learning who they are. I get the day with them. Like ultimately, I'm styling them 3 to 5 years out. Who are they becoming? What are we getting dressed for? What's your lifestyle? What's your day to day look like? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Like everything is coming up. And then I go all the way back to childhood. What did your mother teach you about getting dressed? Did your
Hmm.
mother tell you we can only buy things that are on sale? They learn ultimately from their mother, self worth about what they can receive, what they deserve. And then we run that story throughout our entire life. So I want to know what that story is for them. So then I can help break that cycle or whatever story it is, because often it's holding them back from achieving their best style.
Hmm.
So we go deep and I just learn about them so that ultimately I am creating a new identity. Typically the client doesn't feel stylish. She's
Hmm.
just feeling frumpy or I have some clients who say, I blend in with everyone else. So I'm
Mm.
able to understand where they're coming from. And then I'm able to ultimately give them a new identity. They will be known as a very stylish person. And I keep through framing, I'm training them throughout my process of how we will get her there to be the most stylish woman in the room, whatever room she goes into. The majority of it is here. And yes, the clothes will align with that. So I'd say 70% of the work we do is it's coaching, it's
Mental.
mindset, mental, it's body image. So I'm learning in that closet what's holding her back. So typically my clients, no matter my double zeros, size 20s, they all have severe body dysmorphia. All of my female clients do. And I have struggled with it my entire life. I struggle with it every day. And that's why I'm able to help women, is because I've come so far with my dysmorphia.
Mhm.
So a lot of clients will say, I can't show my arms. They're not good enough. I haven't worn shorts since I was a child. And I'm receiving all this information and typically saving for the shorts. I'd say half of my clients say this. The third or fourth look I put them in when they come for their appointment in my style studio is shorts, and they look in the mirror and you see the tears. They don't recognize themselves and
Mm.
they look beautiful in shorts and their legs are perfect. And so there's this setting them free to
Mm.
experience their body in a way that they've never experienced because they've been told from ex-boyfriends, their mother, don't wear this color, don't wear this style. That is
Mhm.
ingrained in them. And that's what's been holding them back. So I understand what that is and then set them free to wear what feels authentic to them. So that editing process is pretty intense. It's cathartic. A lot of clients are just releasing so much and then letting go of anything that doesn't serve them so that we
Mm.
can then attract the new next level wardrobe. So then they get to fly to LA for their shop session. I've sourced typically an entire new capsule for that season for them. They get
Mhm.
to walk in and it's a sacred style studio and they look in the mirror and they don't recognize themselves. I'm showing them brands, silhouettes, styles they never would have tried for themselves. And they get to fall back in love with their bodies and who they are. And I'm showing them how to look balanced and to use color, texture, fabrics to create, their authentic style. And every client is different. I have wide range of, men and women. This is unique and bespoke for each client. That's why it's so special. They get to fall back in love with themselves and feeling confident in their bodies. Their posture changes. We start with the right bra. I have 20 years experience in intimate apparel. So that client, she puts the right size bra on. She looks 10 years younger, 10 pounds slimmer. We're ready to put the looks on her. So it's a wild experience and it's a full day of trying all these pieces. At the end, she says yes to what she loves. And then we have a seamstress who comes in and tailors every garment to fit her body. Then we freight the pieces to her home. And then we have a style session. And then she receives a digital lookbook. Every
Mm.
look is digitized. So she knows how to wear these pieces. And then she
Oh my
can't go
gosh.
back to her old behavior and her old wardrobe of blending in because we've let it go. It's no
Mm.
longer available. Now she has to do the work. I ask for selfies weekly, daily, some clients of what are you doing? This is the habit. We're habit stacking every day. And we then start seeing that client season after season. We push her edges even more to then
Mm.
find more pieces that are authentic to her, to challenge her, to really hone in on that signature aesthetic for her.
Mm.
It's not easy and it's work. And I coach them. I'm like, this is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to get people stopping you on the street, complimenting you. Can you handle that? A lot of women don't want that. They don't want even women or men complimenting them or being seen for their wardrobe. But I do work with a lot of women who want to become more visible.
Mhm.
It's a
Mhm.
really big part of becoming more visible is feeling good every day you get dressed so that you can show up more confidently for your brand, for your team, for your business.
I mean, the amount
Yeah.
yeah, it is a process.
It's
It's
a
a process
Yes.
But that's what it takes, right? To do something that is this deep and also that lasts. I love the accountability where it's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
not just great, we got rid of a
Here's your
bunch of stuff and
lookbook
we bought
by yeah.
right. No, it's really checking in and making sure that they are integrating this in a way that feels good
Yes.
for them and it becomes
Feels
natural for them.
yes.
And the identity work, one of the favorite things of mine that you say, and it really like stopped me in my tracks the first time I heard you say it in your content was like dressing for the version of you
Mhm.
5 years from now. Like, because one, that requires us to really visualize who even is that, right? What am I trying to become? What do I want my life to look like and my lifestyle to look like? And, this imaginary future thing that we touched on before, I think a lot of us with all types of areas of our lives, it's kind of like you picture your future self and it's different, but you don't connect what you're doing today with anything that's actually going to get you there, right? It's like somewhere between here and now, there's going to be some imaginary upgrade and my future is going to be great. I'll be traveling more. Our house will be bigger. I'll be thinner, whatever. But
All
like,
of
what are the
that. Yep.
yeah. So this idea, like when I'm looking at my own closet and I'm hemming and hawing over like, oh, this sweater, but I've only worn it a couple times and it was kind of a lot of money. I should hold on to it. Then when I heard you say that, I was like, okay, if it's not even up to my standard right now, is this a piece that's going to get me where I want to
It
go? No,
no.
it's such a
It's
filter.
it's such a and it's investing and it's every day. I'd rather you wear the same 4 outfits styled differently than
Mhm.
have closets. I mean, I meet women with closets full of clothes and they can't get dressed. And it's because there's too much clutter and it's analysis paralysis day after day. But when you have those 5 uniforms that every time you wear that outfit, you make more money. Someone at Starbucks compliments you and buys your drink because you look magnetic today and you just draw in it's a physical vision board. Who do you
Mm,
want to become? You've got to dress like her today and you will attract those things 10 times faster. These are facts. It works.
yeah, I
These
believe
are
it. I
it works. And then investing more money, back to self-worth. I have clients with, again, unlimited budgets. They're afraid to spend money on clothes because number one, they don't know what to buy and they don't think they're worthy of wearing those beautiful pieces. And I
mm,
know so many women struggle with the self worth aspect and of this, materialistic, the clothes don't really matter. Why should I invest in them? What matters is, who I am. But ultimately, you're telling others how to treat you by the way you get dressed. And when you invest in pieces that it doesn't have to be a more expensive garment, but it has to be something that is quality over quantity, is something that when you touch it, the energetics make you feel proud and excited to go do your work and to go be with your family. And you don't have to worry about your clothes because they feel good for you. You can focus on your work or your family more and just have less. We've got to stop consuming.
I love hearing you talk about outfit repeating because,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, we talked
Oh,
about the stats at the beginning, and, the consumerism is completely out of control post pandemic. And yes, it's like we have this block about investing in ourselves through high quality style or investing in style expert support like you, right? Like
yes.
we have this block, like, oh, is it okay for me to get help with this?
Right. There's shame around. Most women think as a female, I should have style. Like, why
Hmm.
can't I get dressed? And there's so much shame around it. And so what they
Hmm.
do is they keep buying, hoping that that's going to be the answer. And it's never the answer. Most women I work with, this is not their zone of genius. And same as they need a personal trainer, they need someone to help them with other things.
Hmm.
You go to a hairstylist just so styling your hair isn't your zone of genius. So you have to outsource it. So it's okay to hire someone who is an expert that can guide you and get you where you want to go fast. And that's what I do.
I think you're so right that there's this pressure that we innately know this. Like we've been reading fashion magazines our whole life. We've been getting dressed every day our whole life. Like, why haven't I figured this out? But I also think, like, not only is it not our zone of genius for everybody, people have other things that we can be really good at. it's hard to see ourselves clearly. Like you touched on body dysmorphia, which is body image and body dysmorphia has to be the number one like undertone of this because that is the place where I think most of us get stuck. And I have spent seasons, I've wasted seasons of my life wearing like the same two pairs of pants for an entire winter because they're the only ones that fit. And I'm just like not emotionally available to size up. When if I would have just sized up, I would have looked great and had, more than one pair of jeans that fit and that I was sick of and all of that. So there's so much emotion tied to the body image part of it. And I feel like having somebody outside of us who can say, no, I'm serious. You can wear shorts or
Yes.
let me put you in this top. And then you'll see that your arms actually look amazing. Like, I just feel like we're so locked in our perception that
Yes.
we can't even see what to play around with
What you
or try.
truly look like. Yes, I look back to my younger years and I was, I'd say looking back, skinny or small, and I always felt like I was not good enough. Like I
Mhm,
was always covering things, protecting certain areas or hiding, and I was like a size 4
mhm.
and small and tall and skinny, and I felt large. And it's all,
It's all
because
made
that's
up.
what society, yeah, I have size 18 20s that, are even more confident than my double zeros
Mm,
in their body. And it's like, no matter your size, I think the magical work I do is helping women feel safe in their bodies. It is so important that these clothes show off the right parts that they're ready to show off. And so that they can become more confident in their life because they feel safe in their bodies. And it's
mm,
such powerful work. Everything changes in their life once they feel confident to show up in the right clothes. It's so
mm.
powerful.
It's like the more we really think about it, how silly it is that we trap ourselves in these perceptions and especially around size, which we know is
Oh,
totally made up and varies widely from brand to brand or just item to item. Like it's this
exactly.
arbitrary thing. And am I right that when you do a session with people, you don't even let them see the size?
They've seen nothing. The bra size, I don't tell them what bra size they are. They see nothing. And I had one client who was the size 20. We had 11 different sizes. I mean, some were a little, their branding and sizing is off and different, but 11, depending on the brand. And that's why my work, like, she couldn't have walked into a store and even found her size because they don't even sell it in store. So I
Mm,
had to source and handpick each of these pieces and make sure I know the brand, I know how they run. And then through the work of tailoring, if we need to size up, fit, whether she has a smaller waist, we're tailoring everything to fit her perfect. And then when she gets home, of course, she can look at the sizing. I know that holds so many women back, whether they're online shopping and they're like, I want to be a 27, so I'm just going to buy the 27 and squeeze into
yep.
it. And then energetically, we feel if I have anything snug around the waist, my day is it's ruined. Like I do not feel well. So it's like
Yep.
you've got to get the fit just right. Tops are a little bit more flowy and we could work with them, but the bottoms, you've got to have pants that fit your body perfectly. And so many women are held back by this.
It
It's
just
it's a
sounds
huge,
it's
huge issue.
huge. It's a huge
Yeah.
issue, and it sounds so dreamy to go through a styling session because, like you just said, 11 different sizes. Like, this is why we're set up for failure when you go into the dressing room and you're like, "What?" Like, you're just
Yeah.
automatically upset from the jump, and
Yes, it's exhausting. It's so important. And again, I used to struggle with this too,
mhm,
sizing up. And now that the style, we went from pre COVID, everything was skinny and sausagey, I would call it
mhm,
tight.
yep,
Now everything is looser, it's
mhm,
softer, flowier, wider. And so some women are still stuck in the sausage days pre
yep,
COVID and they're like, Chellie, well, it's not tight enough on me. It's not showing my butt as well. And I just say that's not the goal here. It's that the new style is looser and more giving. So just enjoy this new style right now. I'm sure I know skinny is coming back, but let's like have fun with these newer styles and experience your body in a different way. Right?
I mean, no truer words than when you said, "If something's too tight around the waist, your day is ruined." Like,
Day is ruined.
preach. The day is dead.
It just literally feels like I have something around my neck choking me and
Mhm,
it's my pants are too tight. We all have so much trauma and shame around the womb. That's our area where as women, we have extra weight there to protect us. As like every client I work with, that's what she looks at. She's like, I need that to be tight and smooth. And I'm like, let's get the right fit that feels good energetically.
mhm,
Nobody's looking at that area. They see a full look for you. Even my size 20s, where I always bring in my philosophy is we're always going to show your waist. So even if she does have a little bit of a pooch, her waist is shown being smaller. And then we balance her up above. She looks like 10 pounds slimmer. Whereas in before, she would hide a loose, flowy blouse over her stomach.
mm,
And make her look wider and heavier. So there's
mhm.
this, it's all about bringing you in at the waist. I don't care what size your waist is. Again, double
Doesn't
zeros
matter.
to 22s. You have to show off that waist to then look more balanced. It's an illusion. Every look, that's the goal. I don't dress your body. Every body, I'm bringing you in at the waist. I don't
Mm,
care what shape you are. We're going to make you hourglass.
I love it. That's what we all want anyway. We
We
just
all
don't know
want
how to
hourglass.
do it.
Yeah. I don't care if you're an apple, a triangle, whatever you are, whatever it is, it's going to be hourglass, is what I'm going for. And it
It's
worked.
of course. I mean, I've seen your results. Everybody looks gorgeous on the other side of this transformation and so much happier, right? And just in their
Oh,
own skin, which that's the real benefit,
this
right?
is the change. It's a life changing experience, truly, of coming home to who you really are. And then we keep season after season, the work continues. We go deeper and deeper. Yeah.
Yeah, the self-expression that people can step into through this, I do see that as just such a powerful up level for us mind, body, spirit. And as you know, that's a huge part of this podcast, right? I want to generate curious conversations and help us all live more intentionally through that self-expression of our own individuality. So I love that you are bringing that to us in this world of style. So, okay, some tactical questions I have for you. Let's talk
Hit me.
tailoring. So,
Yes.
to get to that fit where it's like, again,
Yeah.
like let's just forget numbers forever because they're
Yep.
meaningless anyway, but
Exactly.
to figure out how to make things fit us. Are you in the camp like should we be tailoring everything? Should we be making best friends with like a seamstress in our
Yes.
city? Like how
Yes.
much
You
tailoring do we
should.
need to be doing?
And it depends on your body. My petite clients, we're tailoring almost everything. And my advice to anyone who is petite, they have so many blockages, mindset blockages around what they can and can't wear.
Mm,
Petite and my full. So my petite and my full fit plus size, they have these beliefs of I can only wear certain things. This is all a lie. My petite clients and my full fit clients, I put them in the outfits that everybody can wear. They can wear oversized blazers. They can wear midi skirts. They can wear wide leg trousers, pants. Both of these women on both extremes and anyone in between. You can wear all these pieces. It's just getting the right fit and the right style for you, then tailoring it. So, my petite women, blouses, we're always going to be tucking in your blouse. Sometimes I have clients that have this much to tuck in. So, what do? We hem it. I hem every blouse for my petite clients so that it's just a small portion to tuck in rather than a giant piece of fabric. We don't need a foot of fabric tucked in. It's just heavy weight in our midsection. So
yeah.
let's remove all that weight. And then back to hem on the pants. There's so much confusion around what length is appropriate right now. So most hems are going to be needed to whether it's an inch or two, but if you are petite, we've got to have the hem where you could wear whatever shoes you will be wearing the most. Let's hem it to that heel. So typically, I'm only working with kitten heels or flats these days. None of my clients are wanting high boots or heels. It's out.
Okay.
So we want to hem that pant or jean so that she can wear the flat, whether it's a sneaker or, a little loafer. And then she could also wear a kitten heel. So we want the hem on the flat to be almost a half inch off the ground, it's going to show half of the heel
Mm,
on the kitten heel. And you take both shoes to your seamstress or tailor, and they will hem them appropriately so you can wear both. That's the goal. So it makes the pant more versatile. So
so
that is
smart.
crucial. And then we don't want a huge break in the pant in the front. It needs to be very clean and lean. So we just don't want that bulky, heavy weight and fabric at the bottom. So make sure it's a clean break, hem it enough to where it's laying smooth. Oftentimes, if I have a client with wider hips and small waist, we're sizing up to fit the hips. Okay.
Mm,
So a lot
mhm.
of women are thinking, ready to wear, this garment doesn't fit me. It's not for me. My body is the problem. No, we need to size up to fit whatever body part is larger. And then you tailor down whatever you need to tailor. So typically, size up for the hips, tailor down for the waist.
Okay.
Because oftentimes, then if you don't do that, like none of these pants are going to fit you properly. So
Mhm,
then you've, basically held yourself back from wearing beautiful pants,
mhm.
right? So then you go with like a stretchy band, and that's not a good look. So, really knowing that whatever body part, like an upper body. So, oftentimes, if it's the chest and a client wants a button down, but her chest is really large, we can size up in the blouse and tailor in where we need to tailor so that
Mm,
it'll fit her chest. So, it's often women think that their bodies are the problem and
mhm.
then, they don't fit. So then they return it. But if we size up, tailor down, you can wear most anything.
I mean, this has to be the movement of the future, right? To instead of thinking, okay, by the end of this year, by the end of this month or whatever, I am fitting into size X no matter what. And then, as you said, it's like when something's pulling, when it's pinching, when it's not the right length, it's like, oh, my body sucks. No, like instead of that, my body is amazing, exactly as it
That's
is. Let's
is
literally bend the clothes to me. Like, let's cut them, let's
yes.
fix them, let's,
And I'd
and
rather
like,
you have, again, back to pants. Ladies, we need like 2 trousers that we love, 4 pairs of denim, 3 or 4 blouses. We don't need 50 tops. Like, let's
mm,
tailor and have, the pieces fit you perfectly and
mhm.
have fewer, quality over quantity.
Let's talk more about what we should be thinking about. I mean, I always think, I want your opinion. You're an expert. I always think it's outdated. Like we used to read magazine articles in Vogue that was like, everyone needs a trench coat, everyone needs a white button down, things like that that feel like I've never wanted a trench. So I like, not that we have to get that specific, but I feel like there's a fear, and I definitely used to feel this myself, that if I go down to having a couple great pairs of pants, a couple great pairs of jeans, 10 tops, whatever, that I'm going to look boring because I'm going to be wearing the same thing over and over again. And part of my challenge, I'm wearing sparkles right now. Like I embrace sparkles, but I used to buy so much stuff that my closet would look like a costume closet. And on the hanger, it's really beautiful to open the closet doors and see like a gold sparkle jacket next to a hot pink top. But these things are not serving me. And you don't go for them anyway, because
Mhm.
where am I wearing a hot pink tulle top all throughout the year? It's not really coming up that much. And then it's the reason I can't get dressed is because I have all these extravagant pieces
Yes.
and not enough
Not
of
the essentials, the
the
glue.
essentials. Yes. Like,
Yeah.
and that's a better word because basics, I have a fear of being basic. So the word basics, I'm like, ew,
No
no, a
basic.
closet of basics. That's going to make me look basic. So tell us more. Like for those of us that do not want to be over shopping, we don't want to over consume,
Yeah.
but we want things that feel really special and just the right amount of things so that we can play with it, but not feel like sick of our
Mm.
options. Like, is there a right number, or like what tips can you give us for actual shopping?
I break everything down into categories. So when you're editing tank tops, so sleeveless, I have some clients who own 0 sleeveless tops because
Mm,
they don't feel like their arms are good enough. So it's my job to say, okay, we need some foundations and bodysuits. Like I feel like no matter
mm,
your size, bodysuits, if you buy the right brand and quality, it is so flattering on my size 22s and my double zeros. We all
mhm.
need these basic foundations. So some bodysuits that we can wear under blazers and some camisoles, some tank tops, camisoles, bodysuits, and then moving into, you know, the sleeves. So it's based on your lifestyle. Everyone is different. It's like, are you getting dressed for work? Do you have to be professional? Are you on Zoom calls every day? what are you getting dressed for? So everybody needs a few blouses, right? Whether it's a sheer or mesh, like I'm into the mesh and the sheer that you could put blazers over and look more
Mhm.
professional. But I love the texture of mesh. It gives an interesting perspective, right? It makes the look
Mhm.
more interesting. And then moving into, sweaters. I don't really wear sweaters much. I own like three that I really like, but I have one client that has like 350 sweaters. She is
Wow.
addicted to sweaters. She wears like maybe three of them. So we all keep buying whatever it is. Everyone overbuys in some categories. Typically, I'm finding it's shoes and handbags because those don't change sizes, right?
Mhm.
You're always going to be the same size. And then also jeans. I have some clients with hundreds of pairs of jeans because they keep just buying and buying and buying. Where
Mhm.
that edit process is like getting clear on what holes need to be filled, right? And you're going to find, I think, once you let go and wear just those few pieces and style them in different ways, you will find you feel more stylish and you feel more like yourself. So there is no exact
Mhm.
say number, but I know most women that I've found need to get rid of well over half of their wardrobe. And I promise them they will have better style, even if they don't purchase one item. Just
Mhm.
by letting go of half your wardrobe, you will get dressed quicker. You will love your outfit more and you'll feel more authentic to you every day. So less is more.
I
And then
love
when
it.
it comes to like shoes, it's just based on your lifestyle. We all, probably overbuy in the shoe department too.
Yeah, overbuying is the theme.
Yes, we need to stop. So
Yes.
the foundations are different for everyone too, but
Mhm.
everybody needs those basics, right? I feel like a lot of women are like you. They have those statements. They like buying, the really frilly special pieces, but then
Mhm.
when they get dressed on the daily, they just say, I have nothing to wear. And so it's knowing what foundation to invest in. And back to the bras, the best investment is a proper fitting bra. And I
Mm.
want you to invest in the highest quality bra. You cannot skimp on the bra.
Mm. I mean, it is literally the foundation, right? Like the first thing that
Yes,
kinda sets
literally.
our shape for our whole
Hmm.
torso. So, okay, for let's just talk bras for a second. For those of us who are like, "I'm pretty sure, but is it the same? It's the same size I've been wearing for 10 years and my body's probably changed." So, like, of course, working with you is the ultimate goal. What else do we do? Like, do you go to Nordstrom and go to the lingerie
Yes,
department and ask for
absolutely.
help?
My Chicago girls go to Bloomingdale's, ask for
Okay.
Janet.
Oh my god,
Janice
okay.
has been working at Bloomingdale's in the intimate apparel department for like 20 years. She's
Okay.
incredible. And so you do want to go, or if you live in a market that doesn't have Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom also has certified fitters. So you walk in and you say, I'd like a bra fitting.
Mhm.
Don't go in and try and help yourself. These women are trained to help you and you want to get their help. So then you go
Mhm.
in for your bra fitting and they're going to measure you and they're going to then pull what's best for you. And typically, the brands that I recommend are, I used to work with Les Mystere for 20
Mhm.
years. I highly recommend Les Mystere for quality and fit and support, and Walk Whole as well. And then Chantel. So those are the top three. You can't go wrong with those three. And these fit experts are going to really help you get a well rounded wardrobe. You need a t shirt bra, nude and black. You need a racer back, and you need a strapless. That's all you really need for a
Mhm.
foundation, for basics. So many women are concerned about the wire. Listen,
Mm.
you probably had really bad experiences in the past because you wore an ill fitting bra, you were not in the right size, or you were in a low quality. And of course, the wire was poking you. But if you get in the right size and a high quality bra, you will not feel the wire all day long. I guarantee it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
I
just
went
took a
from a
bunch of notes.
Target bra into the best fitting bra because I didn't like bras before I worked in intimate apparel. I would wear Target, Gap, whatever. And then I
Mhm.
went and I started wearing the best high quality with Les Mystere. And it was, I'm like, I don't feel the wire because
Mhm.
the construction is so good and the fit. You shouldn't feel anything. It just makes your clothes look better and you feel more confident in your posture. I mean, I have clients who started out like this because it was pulling and heavy.
Mhm.
And once they're in the right size with the support, they feel more open and confident. It's huge. Number one, go get fit.
I'm going straight to Janice. I'm gonna
Give her
see
a
you
huge
send me.
hug from me. Yeah.
I will, and I'll let you know when I have the perfect bra from Janice.
Yes. Send me pics.
I will. Okay, so let's talk about some of these transformations. You've touched on this. I know this is emotional, and, I'm sure the breakthroughs are just so fulfilling and amazing. But, like, the other side of this, stepping into this next level persona of who we are, who we want to be, kind of bringing us into the next level when we have all of these pieces in place, just like speak more to the power of this and what you've seen in real world things with all of these women and people who you've helped.
Yeah. Well, most of the clients I work with season after season, year after year, and I have seen their confidence. It's just like they are a new woman in many ways. I've had them go to parties and people don't recognize them, like in
Whoa.
the best way. They look different, but they look like the best version of themselves. That's the thing. It's you, but the best version of you, because it adds to like lift your vibration and your energy. I find so many women are just stagnant and they're wearing things that don't align with who they're becoming, and it holds them back. So once we set them free to feel and look their best, they're unstoppable. I've had clients who message me weekly, a realtor, for instance, who every listing appointment she goes on, she lands and nails. She just got her biggest, I think it was a $4 million listing in Memphis. And she said, Chellie, I got this listing because of what I wore and
Mm,
how it made me feel. And it's like, who would you want to list your home with? A woman who doesn't care about the way they're dressing. It basically will tell the client that they don't care about their home and how they're
mhm,
going to sell their home. So it's so important. So I have so many realtors that I work with that literally their businesses just, I mean, they make more money. Lawyers that I work with, I've one of the top divorce lawyers in the country, and she says, Chellie, I look like the most expensive lawyer in the United States, and I am the most expensive now because I look the part and I can charge that much because of the way I dress. And so
powerful.
it's so powerful and, attracting dating. So I've had so many clients who, I'm like, even if you're going to the dog park, I coach my clients on you never know who you're going to meet. It's Starbucks. Every morning you get dressed to go to Starbucks. I want you to put something on that tells people this is who I am. This is me.
Mhm.
And you're going to attract a higher level partner when you invest in yourself and you know you're worthy of that. So I've had women who start dating, they're divorced recently or they're back on the market and they just like they're excited to go on dates because they love their outfits. And
Mhm.
I find in the past, women say to me, well, this man likes me to wear this or that. Or I've worked with matchmakers who say, you should wear this tight fitted dress on the first date or whatever. And I break through all of those beliefs that you need to dress for yourself first.
Mm,
That is when you will be most magnetic. And he's going to feel that when you love your outfit. It doesn't matter what he likes, it matters what you love, and you
mhm.
know that you're worthy of these beautiful pieces, and he's going to be so drawn to that energy. So dress for yourself.
Yes. Oh, let's say that again. Dress for yourself.
Dress for yourself. And so many women say, well, I'm going to this event. So and so is going to be here. It's at this restaurant. It's this, whatever. Listen, I don't care who's going to be there or where it's at. We're going to wear something that is authentic to you. You're going to walk in the room. Everyone is going to stop and look because you're dressing for you, not for
Mm,
what everybody else is doing.
mhm,
Right?
mhm,
It's so powerful to
mm,
dress for what lights you up, wear it on repeat, outfit repeat.
mhm,
It's
mm.
okay.
It's encouraged, right?
It's
After this
encouraged.
conversation,
Do
it's
it. It's
encouraged.
so encouraged. Just wear the same things over and over again in different ways. and
Yes.
only purchase things that feel, I don't shop often. I have a very small wardrobe, but when I find something that I'm really attracted to and I touch it, I know, like when I lean into it, I'm like, I muscle test it. I'm like, this is for me. Like, this is
Mhm,
mine. I typically won't even look at the price because
mhm,
I know this is mine. If I'm going to invest a lot, it will pay off. The cost per wear will go down because I am going to wear this and use it daily, weekly, etc. Stop just buying something, Amazon shopping, I don't even touch it. I don't
mm,
care about it. I don't purchase anything besides my toothpaste or those types of things on
yeah,
Amazon. It's the energetics of it. It's just because it's cheap and some influencer was selling it on Amazon doesn't mean that it's meant for you, right?
mm, mhm,
It's the energetics of it. It's like, are you worth more?
mm.
Yes, you are.
Yes. It's beautifully full circle that we're back to self-worth and self-expression, and I love hearing those stories, and, I mean, we're gonna post all your stuff in the show notes. Everyone needs to follow you on Instagram because it's amazing when you post, like, exactly what you just pointed out with that realtor client or, somebody closes a new deal or gets a promotion or goes to the next level with their business or falls in love or whatever, and it's not just because the outside world is assessing our physical appearance and like, oh, this person looks good, we'll give them money. It is that entire ecosystem of our energy and the way that we show up in those situations and circumstances. Like that is the shift.
That is the shift.
That's everything.
And it's a journey, it's a daily practice. I practice it daily, and I suggest everybody get dressed with intention every day. It will change your life. Trust me.
Chellie, I feel so inspired. I feel so
Oh,
excited. Fashion should be fun. And those of us who like to dabble in fashion or read about fashion or whatever, we do it because we want it to be fun. And then it does get so heavy and intense and complicated. And I just feel like this approach is rooted in so much truth and individuality and meaning. This is a way for us to really have fun and reduce the stress. And honestly, like, step into the life that we
we
want.
want. Yeah. Thank you for seeing
Thank
me.
you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
And another thing I want to share is, again, no matter your age or your size, so many women, I started my business at 40. I founded at
Beautiful.
40. So if I can do it, you can do it. So whatever it is you're going for, it's never too late to start and it's never too late to transform your style. I work with women in their 60s. I work with women in their 20s. It's perfect timing for you. But once you decide you're worthy of investing time and energy into it, you're going to see dramatic shifts. And whether it's, I have a membership that's $55 a month,
Mhm.
that is telling the universe with that investment every month, I am worthy of this. I want to work on this. I do want to do better. And then, of course, you can invest a much larger amount for the transformation, but it's not about what you spend. It's about the energy and the time you also put into focusing on this area. If you want to
Mm,
improve it, you can do it
mhm.
no matter your size, your age. It's all there for you.
I love that invitation. And yes, for everyone listening who is hearing this, like, whoa, I am ready to put a little bit more focus on this or a lot more focus on this, and they want to learn more from you. Tell us what you have going on and where people can connect.
Yeah. Yes. So I definitely have my monthly membership at
Hmm.
$55 a month, the Style Society members all over the world. It's a style sisterhood where month by month, it's, you're self-guided, but I'm there to guide you and I have monthly calls with you to coach you. And then of course my one-on-one method, taking new clients for February and also booking spring 2025, which is already getting really busy. So if you're
I
thinking
bet.
about working with me, book a discovery call. We can connect and see if it would be a good fit for you. And I also hang out on Instagram. That's my spot, Chellie at Chellie Carlson with a C, Chellie. It's a little funky. Carlson.
That makes it interesting and memorable. So we love it. Uh, Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom and insights with us, Shelley. It has been such a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's been an honor.
Thank you for listening to Curious Life of a Child Free Woman. I did not really get this until I became a podcast host, but if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and consider taking 2 minutes to leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Turns out, it really does make a difference. You can become a Curious Life Insider at CuriousLifeOfAChildFreeWoman.com. Follow us on Instagram at Curious Life of a Child Free Woman, and feel free to share this episode with a curious friend. Friendship is everything to me, so every recommendation really means the world. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and know that you'll never walk the child-free journey alone.